my brothers, fellow believers,
Because you have talked about
I
the advance and at the gate.
am compelled to say something in regard to
Okay.
our way of thinking as believers. There is a trend of thinking that almost offends our faith and ridicules it uh, to an extent that is unacceptable, very uncomfortable. What I mean is that believers seem to be thinking that a Christian faith uh, does not require, logic,
Okay.
or rather, does not require brains. It really does. That is the reason why God has created us with brains. He knows that we need brains in our daily lives, even in our practice of Christianity. The reason why I'm saying that is that I'm seeing a trend where believers presume on God and still want to think or confuse that with faith. We have to be very careful. This is in regard to the coronavirus pandemic that is sweeping through the world. I have heard many people, especially in our Kenyan situation, blaming our Minister of Health, our Secretary of Health, Brother Mutahi Kagwe, concerning his last pronouncement on the level of, you know, alarm that we are going through in this coronavirus pandemic. He said that we need to be prepared for the worst. I have done a post on my Facebook wall trying to give the right perspective of that call. That kind of is sensitizing Kenyans in the fight against the pandemic. And in my view, it is the correct, trumpet of war that the CS has actually blown, so that Kenyans can be sensitive to the problem of the pandemic, so that we can know exactly what it is and we can give it the right attention to be able to defeat it. But to argue that the CS is a prophet of doom is misusing, Christian faith or Christian understanding in regard to prophets. You see, in as far as faith is concerned, Christians are called to faith in Jesus Christ. And this is purely a spiritual, matter. But you can note, as much as faith is concerned, Christian faith for that matter, extend that to issues that are totally unrelated to faith. And I begin to cry wolf to anybody who says anything in the way of alerting people, preparing people for something that is seriously threatening their lives, to give an understanding that such a person is being a false prophet. That is not true. The reason is that you see Mutahi Kagwe's call to Kenyans to prepare for the worst is in respect to the mystery surrounding the coronavirus pandemic. We don't know it. It is killing people. For sure, it has rampaged the whole world, and it can be seen. It's also against the background of the attitude of Kenyans whom he works with. He knows us. He understands us very well. He knows how, we are careless about some of these things and how we are hiding or really running to very funny arguments that you see, we'll go hungry, we don't have anything to eat. Which one is better? Staying hungry or dying of the virus? I mean, you can afford to go hungry for about 1 week, 2 weeks. Of course, you'll not go totally hungry. You'll not be eating as you have been eating as when you've been working. But there is need for every one of us to be alert, to be aware, to be conscious, and to stand up against this pandemic so that we can defeat it. The repercussions when we don't do exactly that are dire. They are serious. Many of us are going to die. We are not where we are not supposed to die. And so I'm of the view that we need to put our Christian faith in the correct perspective. In Christ, in Jesus Christ, as Christian believers, we will tell you not to move. We will tell you to stand firm. We will tell you to actually rubbish everything around you, but only in Jesus Christ. Outside that, if there is a danger that you are facing, and your senses, that is your eyes, your brains, and every part of your body is looking at it and it's telling you this is a bad thing, do not presume on God. Don't begin to say, me, I'm a child of God, this thing is not going to do anything to me. No, the reason why God has equipped you with eyes and brains and legs and hands is that you are able to perceive these things in the correct sense. And when you are a Christian, in fact, the Spirit of God is going to sharpen all of your senses towards your environment. And so when you estimate it correctly, you should be able to do something. It also goes with your faith in that direction. Don't just stand there and expose yourself unnecessarily, arguing that because you are a child of God, that situation or that happening is not going to do anything to you. You'll be so foolish, and you will bring a lot of disgrace to God. And that's all I wanted to share with you today. And may God bless us as we face this coronavirus pandemic together. It is not in any way related to our spirituality. It is not a war that has been declared on our spiritual lives. No, it is a war that has been declared on our physical lives. And so we must do everything physically possible to stop it. And it will take all of us. Let us stand with our CS of health. Let us stand with our government in this, and let us give all the cooperation that is needed of us as per the guidelines that are being propagated by our government on behalf of the World Health Organization. God bless you. God bless every one of us, and God save the world from this pandemic. Thank you very much.